Hello everyone, this is a 1991 Ford Escort LX with a 1.9 liter. This was my first car, but it has a bit of a problem. So, I'll have to roll the seat up, I'm too short. Where's the keys? There's the keys. Okay. We're in neutral. I'm gonna put it in first with the clutch in and start it. We'll see what happens. Oh, there we go. Oh, with the clutch in, the car moved forward. I did not take my foot off the clutch. Let's try reverse. Okay. Still on the clutch, and there it goes. It finally stalled. So, the clutch is not disengaging whatsoever. And now it's stuck in reverse. Crap. Okay, now it's in neutral. That was not fun. Okay, let's get out of this thing before I die. Alright, so there's a couple problems with it. Number one, clutch pedal. That's not good. So, it looks like there's a return spring up here somewhere that's broken. I'll show you that here in a second. Once I can slide the seat back and land my back in this filth. Yeah, okay. And the slave cylinder isn't moving as far as it should be. Which, let me get under the hood. Alright. So the slave cylinder is right there, which is great. I have to take this radiator fan out. But if I need to do a master cylinder, it's way down here, that little rusty splotch right there. That's what we're getting after if I have to replace the entire hydraulic system. So let's hope I don't have to do that. So the plan is, I'm going to replace the clutch return spring with this one that I got off of eBay. I will have the Mazda part number in the description. And I will reference the Tomb of Knowledge here and see how I have to do that. This is seriously the best thing I've ever bought. So let's get started. First, I'm going to take the key out so I don't kill myself. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so according to my factory service manual here, there's the return spring. And it looks like for me to get that out, I have to remove the whole clutch pedal assembly. Remove the push rod from the clutch pedal, so that's that thing there. By removing clip, spacers, and pin. Okay, remove a nut and a washer, no big deal. Remove the bolt, return spring, and clutch pedal. Interesting. And I did see that spring was broken. I'll show that to you here in a second. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one, I think. Because there's not much room down there. Like, at all. But, okay. Maybe I can also fix my safety switch at the same time. Because I had to bypass it before. Because, well, let's just say that ignition switch there decided to break on me. But now that's not a problem anymore. So, maybe this should be pretty simple. Last words, I guess, you know, before disaster strikes. Alright, let's do this. So here we are. There's my pedal here. There's the return spring. And you see it's snapped off right there. So that's not going to be fun. There's, I guess, the spring and pin I got to pull out. I'm guessing it's on the other side here. Huh. Weird. So let me pry at this and go from there. Do see a little bit of moistness here, but should be fine for now. Worst case, I'll just order a clutch master cylinder. But hooray! All right, well, here's the pin itself right here, and there's a spacer. The actual clip went flying somewhere, so I have to find it. But that's step one complete. Mechanic pro tip: you can use a magnet, like I have this little magnet on a stick, right? This has a magnet built into it right there. I'm using that, and I have an LTT screwdriver with a magnetic bit in it. If I can open it. There we go. So this has a special magnetic bit in it. It's hard to do this with one hand. Boop. So I'm also going to use that to see if we can find this little clip. Alrighty, thanks to my magnet here, I found it. That little guy, he's not very big at all. My thumb is small, but that's even smaller. It was on the ground over here, so yeah, magnets, they work. Another pro tip, if you don't want to lose that clip, you connect it back to the little pin. So I'm not going to lose that now. Let me set that up here. Alright, so we're done with disengaging the push rod from the clutch pedal, removing the clip, okay? Now I need to remove the nut and the washer from the pivot bolt. So that's this bolt here, and then, yeah, the 1718. Yep, not washer, okay. So that goes through the top of the pedal, and there's my return spring. So it looks like, yep, remove pivot bolt, return spring, and clutch pedal. Okay, back under the dash. Alrighty. So we have our pin disengaged there. Now the bolt, there's the head there, and the actual body of it is over here. So let me remove that, and then hopefully everything will fall out as I expect it to. Fun time for everyone. Fun for the whole family, matter of fact. Yep, there's our guy. Alright, well, see you in a little bit. Alright, here's my pedal. Yeah, I know I need a new pad. Here's the new return spring. This hole is for the push rod only. It's not for the actual spring. The spring just has a little U-hook that goes around, and then I guess it pushes up in something here, causing push like that, goes up, ta-da, there's your return. The bolt itself was a pain to get out. It is a 14 mil, but there's that big lock washer there that was dug into the bolt itself. Now, in the diagram, that bolt, that washer was really, it looks like, oh, there's no big deal, it's just a little washer. Didn't say it was a lock washer, so that made it more fun to get out because, well, duh. So now that I have the new spring on, let's put this in. Alright, after much research and pain under the dash, see the pedals out right here. Yeah, so this goes like this right here, hooks against the back of the pedal. And this has to pull all the way back. So this side pulls all the way up flat against the top of the mechanism, and it stays there. So I need to figure out how to pre-tension this spring before I even think about bolting the pedal back in. Yep. So what I had to do, hook a zip tie on this side, pull it over here, leverage it up with a 19 mil wrench, and then tap it into place behind the pedal. But there we go. Alright, well that didn't work out as planned. I was trying to bleed the slave cylinder, but it kept pulling in air. So I think as soon as I tried to flush the new fluid through the master over there, the seals just failed. So I'm going to replace the slave cylinder and the master cylinder, and there's a soft line under the battery tray I need to get to as well. So let's get started on that, and then I'll show you how to properly bleed it using vacuum. Alright, new slave cylinder's in, greased up, ready to go. Working on the actual soft line here that goes from there to there. Got the new one here, we're ready to go. Alright, got the soft line out. It's actually welded into this little bracket here, so I guess they didn't expect it to last the lifetime of the car, but well, it's 32 years later, and it seems like the lifetime isn't over yet. So anyway, time for me to get this new one in, get the clips in, and start on the master. Alright, new soft line is in. I couldn't save the factory bracket because it's spot welded. So, yeah, and then the master's next, but to be honest, I'm in too much pain, so that's gonna have to wait until I get a chance to do it. Hooray! Alright, well, it's about 2 weeks later. Thank you, weather, for ruining this for me. Next up, I gotta get the flare nut off the bottom of the master cylinder all the way up there, so that's gonna be fun. Then I gotta get that nut. There's one more on the inside. Get that line off right there. This should be pretty much the most simple part of this job. Oh boy. Oh wow, you can hear the cars going around Road Atlanta. That's cool.
A few moments later.
Shit, it's raining. Damn it. Alright, next day, nice and sunny. We're gonna remove that nut. We're gonna remove the one inside. We'll have this old thing out. We'll have the new one in shortly. Alright, so I got the external nut off. That was the easy part. The internal nut is above the clutch safety switch, way back in here. So I'm gonna take the clutch safety switch out, make my life a lot easier, and then I'll swing it down, and then I'll just get the nut in the back right over here. Oh, there we go. Yep, it's right back there, up against on the other side of this little bracket right here. So I'll get that, and yeah, we'll take the old master cylinder out. And there's our guy up there, right there. That's the bolt we need to get out. And there we go. So I'm gonna get that and report back in a second. Looks like this guy is about to fall out. This nut and the internal one are 13s, just for reference. Come on. All right. All this wiring's in the way and I can't do this one-handed, so I'll be back. Alrighty, I found our failure. So, master cylinder looks pretty good, you know? Could be a little worse. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. But, if we zoom in here, that internal ball is not flush with the outside here. And if I grab the new one, let's compare. Set you where you belong. And if I grab the new one, you'll see the difference. There we go. Yeah, so that's nice and new. The area in there is nice and smooth. We should be good now. So, one more thing before we put this in. This line that attaches between the brake master cylinder, the brake master reservoir, and the clutch master cylinder, well, it's still full of fluid, and I wasn't able to quite get it off. So I'm gonna have to figure out a few things. How to get this hose off without losing every bit of this fluid, because the minimum level is here, and that nipple is below the minimum level. So if I just dump it out, then the brake master cylinder will go dry, and that's not good. Okay, I'll have to figure this out. Give me a second. Alright, well that was sufficiently messy. I got brake fluid everywhere. Where'd my... I had a paper towel. Yeah, it got spilled everywhere. So I have my new hose on. I'm going to put a hose clamp over that. Let's see. And then, yep, master cylinder's out. Just got to get the new one bolted in. Connect the hydraulic line to it down there. And connect the new reservoir feed line. Should be good to bleed. Okay, got it in. It's not the best job ever. I spilled brake fluid everywhere, of course. So yeah, so I'm ready to bleed. Got my little vacuum bleeder set up. I'm gonna pull about 15 inches of mercury. Open the bleeder and see what comes out. Mostly air, and then I'm hoping some fluid a little bit later. So I'll be watching the fluid level and topping off as needed. Alright, well I think we're done. I got the clutch, whole system bled. I did have to get my sister out to help and push the pedal a few times in and out, but there we go. I also found where I put this new line. I had not tightened, especially that guy, up enough. So, and also the one on the actual cylinder itself, I didn't tighten up enough either. So those were, once there was actually some pressure involved, they started to leak, but no problem, now we're good. This slave cylinder actually pushes quite a bit. Let me show you. So there we go. I'm gonna wrap up the rest of this tomorrow, get the battery back in, top off. I think it doesn't really need to be topped off. Yeah, it should be fine. I know there's some fluid in there somewhere. It's a little low. I'll top that back off, and we should be good, I think. Unless I'm missing anything else. But, yep, battery tray back in, battery back in. Oh, need to get the clutch switch back in, because that is just, the bolts for that are sitting right here on the floor. So I need to get those, that guy back in place, get new clutch and brake pedal pads in. Oh, yeah, I'm just tired. So, cool, I will get that taken care of, and yeah, I think we're getting somewhere with this car. Alrighty, here it is, another weekend. Car's still dirty. I gotta get the clutch switch back in. I have the two nuts in my hand here. And then, gotta get the battery tray back in, get the battery in. What else? Oh, clutch, brake, pedal pads, since I ordered those. There's 3 things. What else? I think that's about it. Then we can move this thing around and see what happens. Alrighty, got the clutch switch back in with the 2 10 mils. Got the pedal pads on, and yeah, they're not moving anywhere, so I'm happy about that. Next up, battery tray, and we'll get this thing started. Alright, so looks like we're all done in terms of getting everything back together. So let's see. It should start if I did the clutch switch right. Oh my god. I'm sitting here in first gear. It's not. Okay, neutral. First. Oh my god. Okay, let's try moving forward just a bit. Okay. Alright, let's go backward. Will it go into reverse? Okay, a little grind. Oh my god. I'm able to properly like slip the clutch. Oh my god, this is amazing. Okay. Back into first. Oh my god. Alright. Okay, now that was easy in reverse now. Oh my god. Wow. That's really easy to modulate now. Before it was like an on-off switch. Oh, sounds like I gotta deal with the power steering pump now, but wow. Wow, that was very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feels like we got all the gears. Reverse is still a little finicky, but whatever. I'll take it. Wow, amazing. Let's try it again. Clutch in, first gear, handbrake on. I'm giving this clutch a workout. Oh, yep, I stalled it. Okay. Yeah, I won't be able to get it out of here right now, but man, that engagement point is like on point. Just a little bit off the floor. Okay. Now the idle's acting funky, but man, this is so good. Wow. No clutch slip, nothing. Fucking perfect. That took way too long. Alright, well, next video I'm gonna clean this car up and get all this crap out of it. I'm excited. So, cool. See you guys later. Bye.